Hey there, Toonami faithful, and welcome back aboard Toonami Absolution, where we talk about the shows that made us us and the shows that made you you. Once again, we are your hosts. My name is Alyx.
I'm Sam.
And I'm John, and we're back with two more episodes of YuYu Hakusho. Episode 5, Yusuke's back, like Backstreet. Debuted November 7th, 92. Adult Swim got it March 23rd, 2002. And Three Monsters debuted November 14th, 1992 in Japan, and Adult Swim got it March 30th, 2002.
So, as the title of the episode 5 suggests, Yusuke is back. It's he gets that kind of sleeping prince, sleeping beauty, sleeping handsome, sleeping whatever kiss, and he's back.
He's back. He does have to have, he does have to convince someone in his life to give him the energy to bring him back through a kiss. So we do get that scene with Yusuke and Kuwabara, the scene that walked so that Naruto and Sasuke could run. And then oh, go ahead.
I love that dream. It's just played so funnily.
It's a great dream. It also made me realize, 5, 6 episodes deep, that Sabat is. I was like, what is Sabat kind of channeling to do Kubara? And it's like, oh, it's Turtle. He's doing his turtle voice.
But more gruff turtle voice.
Yeah.
But his mom is too busy drinking, and Keiko's mom passes out making ramen. So Botan has to go and help. Keiko kisses him, wakes him up, but it also gives us a good shot of Yusuke as he's waking up, like that slow pan upward. It's so nice.
Yeah. It's also interesting seeing his hair not in the usual slicked back form. He's kind of he's got he doesn't have the time. You don't comb back the corpse's hair, or I guess comatose person's hair in this case. I guess just kind of
when you're a ghost, just have a lot of free time to fiddle with your hair. It's like, yeah, got nothing else to do.
Yeah. Until later on, when he's sneaking around, walking around the town, and his hair is down, but then he has to go and save Kuwabara. So, and then all of a sudden, his hair is slicked back. So that's just so that he's become Tuxedo Mask.
Yeah. He goes Super Saiyan.
It's business time.
Yeah, first half. That's the first half of the episode, and then the second half is adventures in becoming the spirit detective.
Yeah, it's interesting that he comes back in the middle of an episode, then we kind of have another little story. It's an unusual way of doing it, but at first I was like, I'm not too sure, but actually I think it works quite well. I think especially because as an audience we know he's coming back. They try and play it for drama, but obviously he is, so doing it in the middle just makes more sense.
Yeah. I think to pad it out to that point, a lesser anime, or maybe just an anime trying to build for time, would have made that the climactic moment. But yeah, like I was saying last week, when it comes to Yu Yu Hakusho, the biggest surprise for me has been pacing.
Yeah, it's lightning fast. It's I think it's good though in a lot of ways, because I've been thinking about it since we last talked about it in the extra manga chapters, and I think keeping this pace up means that you don't lose your audience, especially because we have to get to the Fighto stuff in the future. We haven't done much Fighto.
I also forgot how they live. It kind of became in these couple episodes where he's able to see monsters through special lenses.
The psychic spyglass.
Right, yeah, as opposed to the they live sunglasses. Just oh, okay, well, same basic idea.
The psychic spyglass that is not a spyglass. Clearly a monocle.
Yeah.
But psychic monocle doesn't sound as good.
Pirates there's a meaning to these things. Words have meanings.
Damn it, Tagashi.
Yeah.
I really like how they set that up with him spotting the guy with the horns. I think it was really nice that we sort of learn along with him rather than have just Botan come up and go, you're the spirit detective now, you could see monsters. It's okay, this is a normal situation, but something's a little bit off. Oh, that guy's got horns. Is he just going mad? No, he's possessed by a tiny little Oni who rides you like a Gundam.
A little tiny dude who's so... I love when the demon is upset that Yusuke can see him and touch him and talk to him, and he's just you're breaking the rules. This is not how this works.
Yeah.
Again, it's that weird thing in the 80s in Japan, the afterlife is just bureaucracy.
Everything.
Before we meet the little demon, though, we do get to catch up with Kuwabara a little bit, who's being blackmailed because his beloved Eikichi is being held hostage. And that is where we find out that Kuwabara loves kittens.
Yeah. Many dimensions to Kuwabara. I do love the scene where him and Yusuke finally reunite, where he just kind of like puts the hand on the shoulders, like, it feels earned, because the last time we saw them together alive, it wasn't obviously as and we've learned so much about Kuwabara in the episodes since, especially the spotlight episode he had last week. So it was really cool to see how much was conveyed even without them saying a word for that initial moment.
Yeah.
I love it's not like a 180 invert for him as well. He still wants to fight him. Like, he's very consistent in that he kind of has his might is right kind of thing going on. So I appreciate he doesn't just become immediately like a sycophant. Like in a lot of stuff where it's like, oh, you beat me, now I join your team and I subsume into your personality. He's like, yeah, I still want to punch you, but this other guy going on is even worse, so I'd like to punch him more than you.
Yeah. And it's a fun little fight. I do like, one thing I like about Yu Yu Hakusho is it actually uses the differences in the character's size to its advantage. Like, Yusuke is a lot smaller than Kuwabara, so when they're fighting the guy at the same time, Yusuke can come in with the cross kick, and Kuwabara can punch over top. Like, there's a sense of scale to the choreography that you don't find in a lot of shonen.
Yeah, and I love the conservation of detail we have in this episode as well, because when Kuwabara's all beat up your men, he says, I won't do it. They say, no, go for it. We owe you one. So it's nice to see that episode's also being remembered. Like, yeah, no, he saved you. And again, lesser anime would have totally forgotten that happened and just had him say moral code. But it's nice that his gang are backing him up.
Yeah.
I do want to point out something in both of these episodes, and I wonder if maybe you guys can fill me in, because I forgot about this. Why does it seem like Yusuke lives in Escape from New York? Like, not only are you getting all these random thugs out of nowhere in the next episode, but we'll talk about that when we get to it, there's like this whole like abandoned area with graffiti and broken windows and crack addicts, and it's like, what was happening in Japan at this point that made it look like, was it because of the economic bubble burst? Like, I'm genuinely curious.
I mean, it would be right around that time, right? Late 80s. Things are starting to grind to a halt.
And there's a lot of street gang stuff. Cause like we see the Sukaban Deca remake happens around here. There's a lot of girl gang, Delinquent Girl, all like the Delinquent Girl prison movies and stuff come in this era. So it's either economic downturn or just a random trend that really caught on.
Yeah,
it's just kind of crazy because it's in Yu Yu Hakusho specifically. I like the town that Yusuke lives in is kind of crime riddled and like not. It doesn't seem like a good place to live.
Well, that's one of the things I've appreciated about Yu Yu Hakusho, diving back into it, is that nothing, we're so used to like everything kind of being copacetic and like this model Japanese society and, respectable lead characters and everything. And right from jump with Yu Yu Hakusho, Yusuke's flawed. A lot of the characters in this world are flawed. It's a violent world. Even with or without him, people are getting in fights all the time. I wonder if this is like the kind of like the Japanese equivalent of the Broken Britain stuff that was going on like 15 years ago.
Britain was never repaired.
Yeah, Henry Brown had to fix it.
No, I thought it was particularly interesting, especially with like when you see, even in modern anime, if Japan is being torn apart, it's because of some weird existential threat, like in Kaiju number 9 and all that. Kaiju number 8. But here it's all such local issues for the most part that I think is very interesting. And Yusuke even drops like weird little hints about how shitty his childhood was. Like him saying like, oh no, she's going to be on this bender for a couple of days now. Like, and it's so casual that it's really dark when you think about it too much.
Well, even when he's in the cafe, they all know like all this other middle school gang have come in to take over my turf. They know him on sight, so like there's clearly like this isn't just like kid like groups of friends fighting over a swing. This is organized crime.
No. I mean, it's like I made the joke about Broken Britain earlier, but seriously, this is like hooliganism and stuff that gets also serves as kind of a commentary in stuff like Battle Royale and everything, right? It's just like, yo, the youth are troubled and they're just like, yeah, it's something something is in the water in Japan in the late 80s through the mid 90s.
When did the Cray twins turn up? I don't think the second episode, I think the dubbers realize this because when he goes into the alley, you hear him go, downtown became uptown real quick. It's like, yeah. Like you just turn a corner and suddenly you are in the 70s, you're in the Warriors suddenly. Yeah. Talking of crime, can we talk about how harrowing the cat being held up with a broken bottle is?
Right?
Yeah. Of course.
Like, they're going to stab that kitten for no reason.
I honestly presume he said, oh, do it. He was going to be like, punt it or something. They were going to catch it. And it'll be like a little comedy moment. Or like the cat will grab it. No, bottle.
Yeah. We're going to slice this cat up.
Back, we have to talk about the frankly wacky Toonami censorship on this because things get really odd. So when his mom's talking about, oh, so my bottle's empty, someone must be talking about me at the bar. That's gone. That line is removed entirely. However, the bit where she's at the bar with the two men in drag is left in, but they redo all the dialogue. So it changes from you can sure hold your liquor to why don't you stay here tonight, Atsuko? From that always gives me gas to it would be great if you do, and then it ends with Atsuko, you're such a friend, we can do each other's hair. Which is especially weird on the last bit because they dub over the second person's voice. They cover off one of her lines with the other character. So his lips aren't moving but hers are, but it's his voice. I can only presume I timed that scene's about 3 minutes. That just must have been too long to cut. Because the cat stuff stays in. The only other big censorship is they remove the use of the R slur when describing Kuwabara. And then like lots of damns to Hex, but yeah.
Just really quick, hearing that word in the year of our Lord 2026 is so jarring to me now. Like, sure. Did it jar either one of you? Because for some reason, hearing that made me like kind of reset for a second.
Yeah, I mean, hearing it from familiar Funimation voice actors, like uttering that, it's like, oh. It's like you kind of like flashback. It's like I got a flashback to 2002.
Me too. Like that's just it. It's
that's it.
No, go ahead.
Everywhere else you had to feel surprisingly modern. So I'd forgotten for a brief period. Oh right, this is the early 90s. That was acceptable at the time.
Yeah, or in this case, like early 2000s for the dub. Yeah, it's
yeah.
They just changed the idiot for Toonami clearly, but
yeah. So.
Like that was crazy. And then episode we meet some future friends.
Yeah.
Yes. We're starting to put things together, aren't we? We're built now. Like I say, this thing moves at a quick pace. So Yusuke's back, and now that he's back, he's the spirit detective. And now that he's the spirit detective, we're already going to start to build and lay groundwork for like the Dark Tournament and everything. It's like, oh, okay, all right, here we go.
I love how they do all this setup here. I think it works really nicely in that we get like how they explain how the spirit gun works is that really nice little middle ground where it's described enough that it's got rules in universe so it doesn't feel nonsensical, but they haven't gone too heavy on it, so it feels like, okay, you're just being silly now. I just like you have spiritual energy and you've got to top it up. So you get one shot a day. Let's count how long that lasts for. But yeah, I like it. I think it works here because Yusuke, they've already set up that Yusuke is this very flawed character who doesn't really care for spiritual stuff. So being like, okay, you're going to have to level up feels quite natural for him.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
We're like I said,
it feels very real. It feels
yeah. We're already laying groundwork. But yeah, Alyx, what were you saying?
Oh yeah, no, I was just agreeing. It's moving at a good pace.
I did like the beginning of episode 6 where we kind of see the idea of, Yusuke going back to school and how that, of course, impact would be or how that reception would be. when everybody starts seeing him again and reacting to him again.
Yeah, I love his friend as well when she's like, well, to be fair, they didn't like you very much before either. Like, well,
Yeah, it's not an easy fix for Mr. Mr. Yusuke coming back to school and everybody just kind of giving him the space.
To be fair, everyone's more chill with it than I expect. I think in my high school, if someone dared to come back to life, there probably would have been a witch burning.
Yeah.
A sacrifice must be made to appease the graves.
I mean, yeah. I mean, to be fair, it was Europe, so.
Actually, Alex, I have a question for you. We introduced 3 plot items here: Shadow Sword, Forlorn Hope, which is a great D&D item name, and the Orb of Bast. How basty is this orb? Because this is your area.
Not even a little. Not even close to being basty. Nothing basty about it. It is incorrect.
0 bast out of 5. Okay.
0 basts out of 5.
Bast in name only.
It doesn't make any sense.
Do we want to talk about their implications so far that we get here?
Yeah. Let's tee up the implications.
Okay, so now that Yusuke's back and finds out that it's not that he has duties outside of being back in life. What's the toddler? What's our omnipotent?
Koenma.
Yeah, not Grand Zeno. Gives him the gives him the setup as he kind of reacclimates to life and his new duties. Did I do that right?
You did.
Yeah.
It's very throw him in at the deep end because, we introduced the idea that sort of spirits can't act in the human world, only spirit detectives can, which means he gets no help. And we set up these 3 foes who have stolen magical items, Kurama, Hiei, and Gouki. And there's some really nice setup stuff here because each one has a magical item that's very, very dangerous. But I like they kind of set up that, okay, we're throwing you at the deep end. Why? Because Koenma's father is coming back in a week and he will want those items back, and how he will get them back is basically triggering the apocalypse. It's nice that we're justifying, because again, most things, like we saw about Dragon Ball, we throw Goku against massively powerful foes just because, and he takes them down anyway. Here it's like, okay, no, there's a reason, like having them say, we would never normally do this, but this is a very specific situation to make him outgunned again.
And it does play to Koenma's status too. I mean, there's straight up a moment in episode 5 where Yusuke calls him a toddler, and then this is kind of the reminder here in episode 6 that yes, you are in fact a child.
A toddler.
Yeah.
Child of death.
Yes, there is
a child of death.
What I really like is near the end when he confronts all 3 of them. It is like if you ever played like Streets of Rage and you'll see like all the villains and 2 of them will walk off, leaving you with a boss to fight. That's literally what happens here. I meet them all, the other 2 walk off, leaving just Genki, and we fight Genki for a little bit. It's like, oh, can't fight them all at once. Got to wait till next episode.
Why not? Let's give it a little fight.
Little fight.
Yeah. That's where we're gonna see some padding, I suppose. But yeah, it's video game 101. You want to save your prominent enemies and uniquely designed enemies for the end of the next level.
I already love Hiei because I love his just like his midway. He's the one with the mirror. Just midway through, he's like, they're all talking about, we can be really powerful criminals. Like, actually, no, I'm done. Thanks. I've got my own stuff going on. Like this was nice and all, but I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
He's obviously got a mysterious past, as the next one has already told us. So I'm curious to see just to remember what his mysterious past is. I think I remember, but I think I may be confusing him with the new Asher.
Yeah. Well, I do like the.
What do you think his mysterious past is?
Wasn't it something about going back in time, or like something with time travel? No. Okay. It'll be a nice surprise for me then.
Yeah. I will say, now that we're actually starting to really see our non-human antagonists, I've really been appreciating that. Anything from like the kind of like horned Oni that we get, disguised as the Jackman, to the small little Men in Black-esque demon thing, and to our titular 3 monsters in episode 6.
Monsters very loosely.
Well, sure.
Monster and pretty boys.
Yeah.
Monster and beautiful boys.
Maybe their monstrousness is on the inside. It's all psychosomatic.
Well, and that's, we were talking about trends in Japanese animation and everything, and we're gonna talk about it, I think, in Lord Slug in a bit, but every villainous gang needs the pretty boy. Like you need the Zarbon, you need the Sauza, you need the weird stretchy arm man in Lord Slug.
Dodoria.
That's or well, yeah, Dodoria. We need our Dodoria is basically he's basically the lobster person from Futurama, right? That's basically Dodoria.
Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, little.
Seeing
Yeah,
Kurama
like,
was a flashback for me because like he was on like if you went to anime cons, he was on every slightly dodgy body pillow for about 10 years.
Don't buy those.
he's made a comeback.
They probably got lead in them.
Yeah. He's making a comeback. I need to go to more anime cons.
That's the title of something you've got on AO3.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just so amazing. Yeah, this was everywhere back in the 2000s. I just remember that face, like, oh god, it's him.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that. Oh god, it's him.
Just suddenly I'm 14 again in these places, going, oh, okay.
You need that archetype. You just, for some reason, you just need that archetype, especially if your lead villain is a little more grotesque. You need somebody that just looks like they probably use conditioner.
Every gang needs the one who washes.
Who actually uses product, as opposed to, just kind of roll out like a monstrous being.
So it's not just a 3-in-1 he's using.
No. Come on, that leads to loose ends. We all know that.
Which so far this doesn't
loose
have.
ends.
Doesn't we're talking about hair products, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about.
You mean split ends?
Loose ends is plots.
Oh well, you can have split ends can be loose. They don't necessarily have to be like.
I'm loving watching you trying to salvage this.
Using a product to tie up loose ends is what the mafia says when they want an informant to fall into a ditch.
I'm gonna. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna spend more.
Go and read your shampoo.
I need to start.
Turns out you've been using super glue.
I need to start using like Garnier or something, I guess. Gosh.
Gotta start using conditioner.
Yeah.
Can't be using the 3-in-1.
Or just become an Oni and eat child souls. Actually, yeah. Just to mention the kid's face when his soul goes.
Yeah. Well, this is that's the other thing about YuYu Hakusho is it's always kind of been a show that or an anime that has like tangible consequence. Whether it's Yusuke's death, whether it's threatening cats, whether it's like, getting your soul consumed by an Oni. Yeah, there's some like stuff in this show where I'm always like, ooh, that's a little harder than I thought it would.
Then you're looking at it, made it through to the Toonami edit.
Yeah. Was there anything cut from episode 6 or anything?
Nothing cut. A few again, loads of dams to Hex, and general. I think they mentioned hell a couple times to get switched to Oblivion. It's about standard. Yeah, it's only the previous episode that had a whole cut scene.
Yeah,
but not the one you think. Don't drink, kids, but you can threaten cats with glass.
Yeah.
Kind of makes me wonder, surprised this went to Toonami eventually, because this definitely feels more Adult Swim at this point, even though it's got like a kid lead.
Yeah, and I've been presumably watching I'm watching just the general Funimation dub of it, not any kind of editing there. So whenever a dam or hell or anything comes off, it's just like, oh, that's right. This is going to Adult Swim. Especially coming off like other adults or Toonami programming we've done. It does kind of catch the surprise for me every now and again. Like, oh, okay. I mean, we're about to talk about Super Friends for Christ's sakes, and that's as like wholesome as it gets.
Yeah, to be on that, I think if I remember rightly, there is no English official release of the edited version. All the DVDs you'll get will be the Funimation version now, with all the lovely swearing and hell left in. I'm seeing Toonami edits via off-air recordings. That doesn't seem to be a way. Maybe there was at one point, but there certainly isn't now.
Yeah.
There were censored DVDs at one point. I do remember those because my dad bought them for me, but they definitely don't exist anymore.
They're definitely not on Crunchyroll, I'll tell you that for certain.
Definitely not on Crunchyroll.
Yeah. Any, what do we kind of think about, like, Yusuke's been dead for most of the episodes we've watched so far. What do we think about him being back alive and kind of being saddled with his spirit detectiveness?
It's weird to see him walking. I've got so used to him just floating around with his legs crossed. It was kind of which I wonder if that was a deliberate choice by them to have that, because it does give you that, because it's in the same scene where he's like, oh, it feels like someone can touch me. It feels great to be alive. I wonder if that's deliberate, because I had the same thing of like, oh, he's walking.
He even calls attention to it, right? He's like, I'm not like floating like a cloud anymore. And it's just like, yeah, bud. You're tangible.
You're tangible now. And my internet is not working right now.
No, not particularly.
But
yeah, I mean, it was also interesting.
Son of a...
You're a meshy.
Bleep that.
Yep.
So now that we've hit the end, how are we feeling? What are our final thoughts?
Still moving at a brisk pace. Love that we're starting to get our spirit detective weaponry and techniques. Love that we're seeing antagonists. Good to see Yusuke and Kubara reunited, because that's gonna play dividends. And it's like I say, it's always the pacing with this thing that always kind of catches me by surprise. I'm pleased by how briskly this thing moves.
It's amazing how watchable this is. It's just got such a nice flow. It's very easy to get sucked into it. It's leaving at really just nice points where it actually leaves me. Again, testament to when we do these things is that I end up watching like 3 episodes ahead at one point, because I just kind of got sucked in. It's like, oh, I want to find out what happens. So I can totally see why this became a hit, because we set up so much stuff. We've got interesting characters to follow. It's just a generally really good time, and it hasn't dated very much at all. Like, you could probably release this a day and it would still draw people in.
Yeah, I mean, it just keeps getting more interesting and getting better. It's like I said, it's been a while since I watched this from the beginning, and it's fun. It's fun. It keeps me hooked. I'm excited. I'm the same way. I keep watching ahead because I get too into it. But I am just really excited to be talking more and more about YuYu Hakusho, because, like we all know, I'm very big on this show.
Be careful, you can only fire that once per day.
Yeah.
Once per day for now. But that does mean that we have reached the end of our show. It is time for us to disembark from Toonami Absolution. We want to thank you once again for joining us and talking about the shows that made us us and the shows that made you you. We have been your hosts. My name is Alyx.
I'm Sam.
And I'm John.
And we'll see you next time. Bang.